Good morning, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. Woo! Good morning. Judd, if you would. Welcome. We are glad you could join us as we gather for Northern Michigan University's 2022 Fall Convocation. Let's take a moment to pay respect to the past, present, and future First Peoples on whose land we live and work. Our university is located on the ancestral homelands of the Anishinaabe people, and it is with great pride that we honor the indigenous members of our community. The words and photos we shared on the screen as you entered the theater were meant to remind us of our shared priority, our students. It was also another chance to recognize our faculty and staff award recipients who were honored last spring for their leadership, innovation, and dedication in their work at Northern. Before we begin, I want to let everybody know that there will be prizes giving away at the end of the program to celebrate the start of the new year, so do not lose your ticket. Hang on to that tight. There's some pretty cool prizes, too. Oh. Thank you. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome back. Thank you to the marching band, and thank you to Chef Alden and the folks at the food service. They do a fantastic job. This fall, we give a special welcome to 48 new tenure-earning term and adjunct faculty, 55 new graduate assistants, and 46 new staff members to the Northern family. With those new to the university, please stand so that we can say hello. Please stand. Thank you for choosing Northern, and we look forward to working with you. While you are navigating the first few weeks of the semester, please don't hesitate to introduce yourself to us as opportunities arise so we can have a chance to learn about who you are and how you came to choose Northern. We have provided our new employees with block N pins, the Northern pins, which many are wearing today. And for those of you not new to Northern, if you see someone with one of those on who you don't recognize, ask them if they are new to NMU and please introduce yourself. Also, many of you know that we have a new interim athletic director, Mr. Rick Comley. Rick, would you please stand and be recognized? Welcome home, Rick. I also want to welcome those participating via the internet. We are pleased that you have joined us, and including the past and present board members who weren't able to make it in person today. Welcome. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Norma Froelich, Associate Professor in the Earth, Environmental, and Geographical Sciences Department and Chair of the Academic Senate, to the stage. This is Norma's third year as Chair of the Senate, and we thank her for leading that organization again this year. Norma.
Thank you. Good morning. It's an honor to be here in the homeland of the Anishinaabe people to start the new academic year. Northern's Academic Senate plays a key role in shared governance. We have members from each academic department, the student body and administration, and many other faculty, staff, and students serve on Senate committees. We evaluate curriculum, academic policies, research proposals, and other faculty-wide concerns. Our work supports Northern's academic mission and the broader student experience. So as with the last two convocations, I spent time before writing my speech listening to faculty and staff in formal meetings and in strategizing sessions at the brewery, the beach, the bike trails. This year, I heard about visits to friends or family or national parks, home renovations, kids, and pets. There was relief and joy about a somewhat normal summer with fewer travel restrictions and no contract negotiations. But I dug deeper a little, and I asked, how do you feel about the new school year? Answers included, I'm excited to not have any new preps, or I'm daunted at having 3 new preps, or we're starting an awesome new project with some of our students. From faculty and staff, I heard enthusiasm and stress about working toward normality in our week-to-week activities. Some answers, though, showed deeper concerns. One colleague said, I'm starting to heal, and another responded, not me, I'm still angry. Others spoke of cautious optimism or sitting in a holding pattern. We've all faced multiple prolonged traumas: the pandemic, the climate crisis, political, economic, and social instability, and here at NMU, difficult contract negotiations, changes in administration, and faculty and staff shortages in several key areas. And the trauma's not over. The pandemic continues, national politics are volatile, and academia is in transition. It's no wonder many of us feel optimistic one day and uncertain the next. Now, experts on resiliency tell us we should allow ourselves time to rest and heal, but we should also work deliberately to find and foster good outcomes rather than obsess about the negative. In that spirit, many universities are rethinking how to meet the changing needs of our students. Here at NMU, though, there's been some hesitancy to start this process until we know what the next president will want. But we've shown time and again that we have the existing structures, resources, collaborative spirit, and brain power to innovate, adapt, and stand up for what's right in spite of turmoil around us. We have the collective wisdom and leadership not to simply wait in a holding pattern, but to work now to develop in growth areas, build our existing strengths, and address student mental health. The other speakers today will say more about those topics. I'll briefly address what it means for the Academic Senate. One theme I heard in presidential search listening sessions was that our next president must embrace that shared governance has driven many of the successes at NMU. Our Senate is one venue for shared governance. Hardworking Senate committees evaluate proposals and make recommendations to Senate. Then senators solicit feedback from our departments before we debate and vote on each proposal and make recommendations to the provost. One of Senate's major roles is evaluating new and revised curriculum. With the strategic plan, we can expect to see new curriculum in sustainability, rurality, mental health, and other growth areas. The Senate will also help integrate diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging into our curriculum and scholarship. If you want to learn more about these activities or other Senate activities, I invite you to attend and observe Senate meetings or to chat with any senator. And I also encourage you to get involved in Senate committees or other shared governance on campus. So in conclusion, we've weathered difficult times and events, and we still have work to do in this transitional period. But in this academic year, I encourage each of us to celebrate the good, to allow ourselves and our colleagues space and time to heal, and when ready and able, to connect with others in the community and work within shared governance to make NMU a place we can all be proud of now and for the next 7 generations. Thank you. Best wishes.
Thank you, Norma. As we begin this new academic year, I wanted to highlight a few items. First, we'll hear more details on our strategic plan in a few minutes, but I would like to recognize the extremely hard work and dedication of all of those who have been working on it. In particular, I want to thank Institutional Effectiveness and the co-chairs of 5 focus area steering committees, each consisting of 1 faculty and 1 staff member. I also want to sincerely thank all of the faculty and staff on those committees who dedicated a significant amount of time over the spring and summer. Even though many of you did not have a summer work obligation, you were generous with your time. And a special thank you to our Provost Fellow, Amy Barnsley, who chaired, organized, and provided expertise in various committees over the summer. To everyone who helped, please know that all of your work did not go unnoticed, so thank you. Second, I want to mention 3 recently awarded grants. The first is a $1.4 million grant from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services for the UP WIN project, short for the Upper Peninsula Workforce Innovation Network. The Michigan Center for Rural Health was the lead applicant on the grant, and Elise Burr, director of our Center for Rural Health, will be the project director. This is a collaborative effort to increase access to health care for UP residents by expanding relevant workforce training, education, and employment in the region. Thank you, Elise. The second, from the U.S. Department of Education, Northern has received $1.7 million to continue our Upward Bound Math and Science program for another 5 years. This program helps underrepresented pre-college students to become the next generation of mathematicians and scientists. Yes, good stuff. And the last grant is our 4th consecutive Ronald E. McNair Post-Baccalaureate Achievement Grant of $1.2 million over 5 years. Northern is one of 187 McNair Scholars Program in the United States. This program provides support to a cohort of 28 underrepresented minority and first-generation students and those from low-income backgrounds in preparation for graduate education and the attainment of a PhD. Thank you and congratulations to Hui Shang, Program Director, along with team members Tess Sayan and Lindsay Haukala, for their great work on the grant and for serving our students. Congratulations. Good stuff. I also want to congratulate those selected for NMU's SISU Project Innovation Fund, otherwise known as the PIF. First is Doug Miller for the UP Cybersecurity Auto Security Program, Evan Lucas for the Indoor Agriculture Commercial Crop Production and Trimble Technology Programs, Rachel May for Freshwater Fresh Voices Summer Conference, and Matt Smock, High Flex Faculty Learning Community. We are excited to see these innovation proposals develop and come to fruition over this and future academic years, so thank you. I'm also so pleased to announce that we continue our efforts to bring childcare options to our campus in the local community. Together with Assistant Vice President of Human Resources, Rhea Deaver, and Vice President for Finance and Administration, Gavin Leach, we are exploring several options, including government programs and public-private partnerships. We are also speaking with nonprofit organizations who are willing to make space available for the childcare needs of our university community. Additionally, we are the first employer in the UP participating in the TriShare program, which provides child care subsidies to qualified families to help cut their child care costs by 2/3. We are also working with the faculty of the School of Education Leadership and Public Service on several initiatives related to the child care curriculum. Dr. Sharon Bojanin in the School of Education Leadership and Public Service is partnering with Ms. Lindsay Carey at the Marquette Alger Intermediate School District to develop a Child Development Associate Certificate as an entry point for young adults and adults to support early childhood needs. Additionally, the teacher education faculty are developing a pathway with the 52 school districts and 7 intermediate school districts in the UP to create a stackable certificate and degree pathway from high school to community and tribal colleges to the university for people choosing to work with birth to age 8 learners and their families. And finally, we would like to thank the Child Care Task Force for consisting of Northern faculty, staff, and local community members, led by Rachel May in English and community member Shilpa Jabalia, for their continued efforts, dedication, and wealth of information related to this effort. So thanks to everyone involved in that. We really appreciate that. All right, now we're going to change topics from childcare to finances. Gavin Leach is going to share the budget picture of this year and update us on campus facility projects that were worked on over the summer. Gavin.
Great music, Bill and Dan. I love it. Great setup here, too. Hey, welcome, everybody. It's great to have everyone on campus. I mean, it just brings the life back to campus, and it's just really fun environment. I've been given the joyous task of talking to you about the budget, so I'm sure all you will really enjoy this. First of all, looking at the university's overall financial position, we remain really in strong position. We said that over the last few years, and that continues to be the case. We have clean audits, good positive bond ratings, good HLC scores, and we have very clean audits on all our federal and state audits we have throughout the year. We have many audits that go on almost every month on campus. So good news there. That's in the positive side. And I really want to thank, my staff as well as all those financial managers we have throughout the campus for doing a great job on their budgets, because you really make all that possible to have these good ratings and good outcomes. It's highly important, too, for the long-term future of the university. Now, with regard to the upcoming year's budget, we have some good news and some not so good news, so I'd like to start out with the good news. The good news is we made some progress on MEPSers, the liability that we've been chasing for 25 years. It's part of the Michigan Public Schools Employee Retirement System. It's a program that 7 of the universities in the state out of the 15 were required to participate in. And it began as a fully state-run program. It's still run by the state. But when it started out, the state covered all the costs for the program and for all the universities. And over the years, in the mid-'70s, the state started passing on part of the cost to all the universities. Then, in 1994, when the state was having budget problems and the cost of the program was rising, they decided to pass all the costs on to the universities as well as all the liability associated with it. So it was very nice of them to do that. They left us to deal with it. And to add icing on the cake, they said, well, we're not going to give you any additional funding to deal with it either. So since that time, we have been trying to work with the state to try to address this. And in '96, the state stopped having new employees enter the system, but we still had all the costs for those active employees that were in it, as well as those that were retired. Fast forward to today. That liability had grown to $68.5 million that we were having on our books. And on an annual basis, we were paying in about $6 million a year for the program. And that amount would continue to grow each year through 2036. And we have no input on these costs or any of the benefits in the program. It's just every year the state sends us a bill, and we got to pay whatever they send us. So it's been a challenge for us. And if nothing were to change over the next 15 years through 2036, we would be paying in about an additional $94 million on that program. So this year, we really, with the state having some excess revenues, we've been working with the state and the legislature to try to get them to pay down some of this liability. We look at it, they created the liability, they should help pay it down. And now you have some money to do it. So we worked with them, and we were able to get some agreement, and they paid down almost half of the liability. And that's something that will be finalized here in September. But the impact of that will be significant on the university, as it'll produce about $2 to $3 million in annual savings. So that was a very big piece for us this summer and last fall. We've been working pretty hard on it. I've been on it for 25 years, working with the state, trying to chase this down, but at least now we've made some progress, and we're hoping to continue to make progress on it over the next few months here. One thing to note on it is when they do pay it down, it's sort of an interesting process, is they'll send us a check for the amount they're paying it down, and then we got to turn around 15 days later and send them that check back. So it's sort of interesting, but that's for their accounting purposes. So on our books, it'll look like we have a whole bunch of money coming in and a lot of revenue, but we don't get to keep that money. But what we do get to keep, which is important for us, is the annual savings of $2 to $3 million a year, which will help out the university. So pretty big year this year in the budget process as far as the state goes. So we are grateful for all of that, and that was a very good piece and good news. Some other good news is we have the interim strategic plan, which I know will be talked about more later. Out of that plan, we have some investments that we hope will result in future positive enrollments, as well as position us well for the future. You know, some of those being considered are related to enrollment retention and new academic programming. Now, the one-time funding being provided, we hope will positively impact our future revenues and add some relief to the overall budget on the university. Some of the initiatives being considered for implementation and are in progress are speech, language, and pathology program, some investments in diversity, equity, and inclusion, some staffing and programming, mental health and well-being services, which has been a big focus over this last year, as well as, as well as admissions staffing to recruit students and some more student success specialists to retain students, all of which have big impacts on future enrollment, and we're hoping those investments recover the dollars to help not only cover the costs for them as well as for other programming on campus. And then we also have to deal with Title IX compliance, so we have some costs there that are additional, and for investments in public safety on campus. Again, these investments are being looked at to be implemented to produce future positive enrollments and a better campus overall. And so we hope it positions us well for the future. And now for some of that not so good news that I mentioned earlier. So we look at the new academic year and looking at our enrollment, it's going to be a challenge this year. Although we don't know what the final numbers will be, looking at last week's report compared to where we were the prior year, we're down about 4.9%. That's a bigger decline than we expected when we were in the spring, and even throughout summer, it's continued to decline. Now, we are hopeful over this next late orientation we recover a little of that back, but if that holds in place, our challenge this year will be about a $3 million hole in the overall budget. Again, that's a little larger we were looking at before, and it will be something as we're looking at the budget this year we are going to have to deal with. Our budget will actually be finalized in September, but looking at the process, it'll be over the year we have time to address the problem. So if you think of it this way, despite receiving state appropriation increase and cost savings from MEPSers, as well as the tuition and fee increase, the enrollment decline puts a big, gigantic hole in that and leaves us with about a $3 million problem to deal with. The good news is we're actually in a solid financial position going into this, and so it gives us time to really make sure that we make what's the best decisions for the campus as we try to address the problems. And Carrie and Dale and I will be working together and with departments to try to identify solutions to address that shortfall. Again, we can use some one-time dollars to initially cover this, and then we have to make sure, though, that in the long term we're structurally sound as we look forward. So good news, bad news throughout. Good news is we're in solid financial shape going into it. And the bad news is we sort of have to deal with the issue from the enrollment changes. So overall, that's sort of the status of the budget. So now I'd like to end on some good news, is looking at our capital projects that we've been working on over the summer. We've had some really extensive work throughout the summer on many projects. As you know, we were in the first year of a 3-year, $93 million campus facility initiatives. Just as a reminder of how these were funded, we had state capital outlay we received for the Jacobetti complex. We made a strategic move last year in December to issue new bonds on some expiring bonds that were coming due over the next few years at a really low rate. So prior to all this interest rates going up, we locked in at about 2.49, which was about half of what the rate is today out there. And we also are counting on some donor gifts to fund the balance of the projects. Our progress on these facilities has really been remarkable this summer, considering all the challenges we faced with increased construction costs, supply chain delays, just a multitude of things. But we've been able to pull them together and keep all of them moving forward. The staff's done a great job, as well as the companies we're working with and the departments that we've been working with on doing all the planning. They've been great, and it's been really remarkable. In fact, the hospitality management faculty, they moved into their new area recently in the Northern Center, and I understand there's one faculty member so overwhelmed they were speechless when they saw it because it looked so nice when they moved in there. So we were extremely excited to show that, and we hope all the rest of the projects we still have in the works work out just as well. So rather than me, though, talking about each of these projects, I asked the communication and marketing department to put together a short video to update us on where these facilities stand. And Dan, if you can, please start the video.
Hi, I'm Josie Hodges. Welcome to the 2022-23 academic year. Did you know Northern Michigan University is in the midst of a $93.75 million academic and student facilities initiative? A lot of work on several facilities has taken place since summer began. Let me show you. On the Career and Engineering Tech Facility Capital Outlay Project at the Jacobetti Complex, Northern's Cosmetology and Hospitality Management programs moved from here to the Northern Center, and demolition on part of the building was done during the summer. Work on this facility will continue throughout the school year. Because classes and labs will still be taking place in the facility, please watch for messaging about construction-related rerouting at times. This project is scheduled to be completed by fall 2024. Speaking of cosmetology and hospitality management, here is the new modern cosmetology salon and learning lab, which is open to the public for hair and nail services and is now located in the Northern Center. This is the new instructional laboratory and restaurant for Northern's hospitality management program, also now in the Northern Center. It features a state-of-the-art teaching and demonstration kitchen and new contemporary restaurant, providing hands-on learning opportunities for our students. The restaurant will open to the public at certain times of the school year. During the summer, this long-vacated residence hall known as West Hall was demolished, creating this future green space. Fencing went up and construction began on the new Wellbeing Center on Lincoln Street that will house the NMU Health Center and Counseling Center by fall 2023. Work began on the new Behavior Education Assessment and Research Center, or BEAR Center, located on Presque Isle Avenue, where Northern psychology students and faculty will be helping UP families with children on the behavioral spectrum starting January of 2023. And the new donor-funded, renovated Wildcat hockey locker room will be done around the time the team hits the ice for the new season. Go Cats! During the academic year, faculty, staff, and students will be asked to provide input on the ongoing design of several other facility projects, with construction scheduled to begin at the conclusion of the winter 2023 semester. These include Hardin Hall, in particular the second and third floors, which includes the Lydia Olson Library. The Northern Enterprise Center, which will be home to the College of Business and several other academic departments. New academic teaching labs and office space in the Science Complex. The Berry Events Center will undergo replacement of its ice-making equipment in spring 2023, and the Superior Dome will get new turf the following year, while campus roads, parking lots, and utilities infrastructure will receive some attention over the next 2 years. Whew. That was a lot of facilities projects, but it'll be fun to watch as our campus continues to grow and improve. For updates as these projects continue to progress, go to Northern Today, NMU's news blog at news.nmu.edu. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Josie. Great job with the video. That's a quick update on everything here, and just from my end, you know, I have great confidence that we're going to have a great year, and that we can all work together to find the best solutions for the campus. You know, we've done it for many years, and we'll continue to do it, and we'll make this a great place. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Gavin. Thank you. As was stated in the video, continue to read about our budget and facilities update in Northern Today, NMU's news blog, which can be found at news.nmu.edu. At this time, I'd like to invite ASNMU President Zora Beinert to the podium to introduce President Schuling. As she makes her way here, let me tell you that Zora is a senior nursing major and psychology minor from Grayling, Michigan, who has been an ASNMU representative for the past 3 years. Welcome back, Zora.
Good morning, and thank you for having me today. As Provost Capella stated, my name is Zora, and I'm this year's ASNMU president. The main thing I want to focus on today are the goals that ASNMU would like to achieve this year. Firstly, we want to help increase awareness of mental health on campus and expand the resources that are available to the student body. I'm a firm believer that being conscious and taking care of your mental health leads to success not only in our academics, but in other areas of our lives as well. It is a driving force behind everything that we are able to achieve, and I want to help students by offering more resources on campus, as well as working with faculty and administration to adjust some of the policies on campus. Secondly, ASNMU is passionate about environmental equity and sustainability. We want to work with students, faculty, and administration to reach the carbon neutrality goal that was set almost 2 years ago. Lastly, ASNMU wants to work on bridging the gap between the students, faculty, and administration. By working closely with students and administration, we can increase transparency on campus issues, and we want to help keep students best informed on all the topics that end up affecting us directly. ASNMU cannot achieve these goals alone. President Carrie Schuling has shown her passion for helping create a better university. She started her career at NMU as a nursing student. Later, she became the Dean of NMU's College of Health Sciences and Professional Studies and Associate Dean and Director of NMU's School of Nursing. President Schuling used her knowledge and co-authored Gynecological Health Care with an introduction to prenatal and postpartum care, which has received the American Journal of Nursing Book of the Year Award in 2022. President Schuling has also served as Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs from 2014 through 2021. During this time, she was the lead developer of the Forensic Research Outdoor Station, or FROST, NMU Center for Rural Health, and CSU. In October 2021, Dr. Schuling became NMU's 16th president and has been working to develop a strategic plan to continue to help our university to move forward. It is my pleasure to introduce President Carrie Schuling and welcome her to the stage.
You're going to make me cry, so stop. Thank you, Zora. I really look forward to working with you and all the members of ASNMU this year. Welcome, everyone. It's so nice to have you back on campus. The positive energy in the air is palpable. And while I would like to not have to mention COVID or the pandemic, I am compelled to talk about it a little bit. Although the pandemic is not over, how we are managing it has changed with the advent of vaccinations and better appreciation for the importance and use of mitigation procedures. However, we know we will still be dealing with cases of COVID and possibly other viruses, which will require continued use of prevention measures, patience, flexibility, sometimes creativity, and always, I would hope, compassion. As exhausting and tiring as the past 2+ years have been, I am extremely proud of what Northern has accomplished and how we've served the students to the best of our ability under very stressful circumstances. Thank you all for your continued dedication and good work. I believe that one of the most significant lessons that we've learned during the pandemic is the importance of well-being. All of you are our university's most important asset, and your physical, mental, and emotional health is critical to creating and keeping a healthy, strong, and connected community, to successfully filling our academic mission. As we move into this new academic year, one of my priority goals is for our campus to truly be a healthy, well, strong, and connected community. And to do that, we'll need to answer a key question. How do we stay focused and innovative in the face of the challenges in front of us, and at the same time take care of ourselves, our families, our students, and our community? We're going to talk about that over the course of the next few minutes with several people contributing to the discussion. But before we begin those discussions, and as you all know, we will be welcoming a new president soon who will lead Northern into the future. Dean of Students Chris Greer chairs the Presidential Search Advisory Committee, and she'll provide us with an update. Chris?
I feel like I should break into song or something. Listen, I can't hear myself, so I cannot modulate my voice. I hope I'm not screaming. So forgive me if I am. Probably the sound techs can fix that in the back. The Presidential Search Advisory Committee has been working really hard, and I want to thank them for giving so much of their time and talent to the search. If any committee members are here today, would you just give a big wave so we can thank you? We reviewed over 50 applications from many highly qualified individuals. After rigorous review and discussion, the committee decided yesterday that we will interview 11 candidates over the days of September 7th and 9th via Zoom. At the end of the day on the 9th, we will decide on the 3 or 4 candidates we will invite to campus for 2-day interviews. Those days will include forums for faculty, staff, and students, interviews with union leadership, deans, student government, and other groups and individuals. Please watch for announcements about the candidates and their on-campus interview schedules for the weeks of September 12th and September 19th. We want as many people as possible to meet the candidates, ask them questions, and provide feedback to the Board of Trustees. Your feedback is very important in this process. The Board of Trustees will interview each candidate at the end of that time, review all campus and community feedback about the finalists, and then meet to choose our next president. We hope for an announcement by the end of September or early October. If you have any questions about the presidential search, please call or email me. Fingers crossed.
Thank you, Chris. The presidential search process is a massive undertaking, and I personally thank Chris for her leadership and the committee members for their time and all of the work that goes into this important search. As president for an interim period, my primary role is to lay the foundation that assists our next president to be successful. To that end, the importance of having a strong and dynamic strategic plan cannot be understated. In fact, it was a priority directive from our Board of Trustees when I accepted the position of interim president. Our campus had the incredible good fortune to have Jason Nicholas, Assistant Provost and Executive Director of Institutional Effectiveness, agree to take the lead on the development of an interim strategic plan. Given his skill set and experience with strategic planning and that of others in his office, we made the decision to move systemic strategic planning into the Office of Institutional Effectiveness. Assisting Jason in this critical work are Dan Cullen, Director of Accreditation and Assessment, and Ellen Koski, institutional researcher who is taking on a new role as Coordinator of Strategic Planning. The leadership of these individuals, along with many faculty, staff, and students, has resulted in the development of an impressive interim strategic plan, a plan that is inspiring, motivating, yet realistic and doable. Jason's here to provide an update on strategic planning.
Good morning, everybody. First, I'd like to thank President Schuling and Provost Kapla for the opportunity to address you all. I'm happy to report that since the beginning of the calendar year, we've made important progress, not only on the development of the interim strategic plan, but on strategic planning in general. For too long in higher education, strategic plans were static documents that were referenced or mentioned when it was convenient. They met accreditation requirements and were used as showcase pieces, not guiding documents. What institutions such as ours have been missing out on, though, is that it's the process of creating the plan that generates the value. It's the process of connecting smaller projects and tactics to larger strategies that engage stakeholders at all levels and creates a shared vision. In March, we held our first NMU engagement sessions. 11 students facilitated 18 virtual meetings where nearly 150 stakeholders from staff, faculty, students, and alumni participated and shared their feedback, which became the cornerstone of the interim strategic plan that was approved by the Board of Trustees in April. That work continued into the summer with steering committees in each of the major focus areas, continuing to refine the work and define the tactics that will accomplish these strategies. These committees, made up of 60 staff, faculty, and alumni, dedicated extra time and stuck with us through the early summer work. Many of you were also contacted by these steering committees to get a better sense of how the work in your area connects to these focus areas. All in all, hundreds of people from our NMU community have contributed to the interim plan, with the work set to continue this fall. We're currently in the process of identifying metrics to help gauge progress and report out on status to the upcoming status to the Leadership Committee, as well as to the rest of campus. To all those who have helped contribute to this work, I offer my most sincere appreciation. But the work isn't done when the next refinements are complete. For strategic planning to be a useful tool to carry us through challenges and opportunities, such as enrollment declines, DEI work, mental health challenges, and environmental sustainability, we need it to be seen as a lively and engaging process that connects work across the university, both in academic and support units, but also up and down to all who help to get this critical work done. It also needs to be informed by our external communities and all those who will see NMU as the place to achieve their academic goals. This fall, the Institutional Effectiveness Office will draft a proposal to be given to the new president, which will outline next-generation strategic planning in an ongoing and clear way. Although the work drafting the planning process is yet to be done, one thing is certain: it will be participatory, so you can expect opportunities to get involved. Integrated planning will be a continuous process which will help us to get everyone pointed in the same direction and better define what we want to see for NMU's future. Strategic planning won't solve all of our problems, challenges, and without your help, it won't solve any of them. Whether that's serving on a committee or offering your feedback, this is a chance to change the culture around decision-making and communication. But we can't do it without you. So my ask to you is that you give this a chance, be a little bit open-minded about it, and engage when asked, and let's see if the process can help to chart a path for NMU and chart a path that we can all get behind. If you'd like to see what's in the interim strategic plan, unfortunately I didn't have enough time to go through all of the details, there's a lot there, I suggest you just do a search for NMU strategic plan and you'll see we've got the website set up with all of the different content areas. There's been a significant amount of work this summer sort of reworking some of the language, so there will be changes coming, but there'll be updates to campus as that moves forward. And if you have any additional questions or would like to find a way to get involved, please contact me in the Institutional Effectiveness Office, and I'd be happy to help in any way. Thank you to everybody sincerely who's been helping with this project. We couldn't have gotten all of this work done in such a short time without investment from campus, and there's too many people involved to list everybody by name, but truly it's very much appreciated. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful school year.
Thank you, Jason. Again, to everyone who has been involved in the strategic planning work, and that's a lot of you, a very sincere thank you. We've made excellent progress. We know which direction to head because we have a solid, agreed-upon plan. A key goal in our interim strategic plan is to improve the services our campus offers for well-being, and particularly mental health. As Chair Young so aptly stated, you don't have to be sick to get better. Mental health and well-being challenges for colleges and universities have been a growing concern for years. And like our peers, Northern has made many changes and some significant investments to improve our mental health and well-being programs over the past decade, especially as it pertains to students. However, the pandemic highlighted the ever-growing challenges to better support students, while at the same time, it made it clear we need to better support the well-being of our employees. This realization, with the sudden and tragic loss of a student through suicide, led NMU to expedite a comprehensive review of our well-being services. The last comprehensive review our campus had was about 10 years ago. Former NMU Board of Trustee Jim Haveman, a community health expert and nationally recognized leader in mental health, was asked to perform a thorough audit of NMU's mental health services and to make recommendations for needed improvements in these services for both students and employees. He began his work almost immediately last May and submitted a final report in July. I'm sure Jim is watching on streaming. I just have to say, he's one of the best mentors I've ever had, and he is relentlessly passionate about health and mental health. So I take this moment to publicly thank Jim for his outstanding and tireless work in helping us to improve our campus well-being and services that support it. His recommendations provide clear opportunities for ways we can improve our health and well-being services. I also thank all of you who willingly interviewed with Jim and provided your perceptions of the strengths and the challenges we face in improving our services. As Jim's recommendations were reviewed by the executive team, it became apparent to me that our campus needed a seasoned and skilled leader to help us implement the recommendations. Dr. Abigail Weish, Department Head of Social Work, has been appointed as the Special Advisor for Campus Mental Health and Wellness. She will fulfill this role on a full-time basis for the upcoming academic year. My thanks to Abigail for agreeing to take on this critical role, and to her faculty colleagues who stepped up to provide needed coverage during her absence from the department. Abigail is going to provide you with the findings and some of the key recommendations from Jim Haveman's work. Additionally, she will identify many of the initiatives she's currently working on that will be implemented this year. Please welcome Abigail Weish.
I'd like to start first by thanking President Schuling and Provost Kapla. I'm standing in front of you as Special Advisor for Campus Mental Health and Wellness as a direct result of their decision to make well-being a priority at NMU this year. I'd also like to thank former trustee Jim Haveman, who spent the summer talking with key stakeholders and collecting critical data in an effort to assess the state of our well-being. So the first big announcement I get to make is a twofer. First, the new nmu.edu/wellbeing website is now live. And Jim's final report, following his assessment, that contains 24 recommendations guiding us on how we might improve, is now available to the public on that site. One of my biggest takeaways from the Haveman report, and others that you can find on the site too, is that we indeed have a lot to offer at NMU to support student well-being, and we have many excellent employees who've worked very hard to make that so. And yet, there are some things we need as a campus that we can do better, like destigmatizing the act of reaching out for help and promoting what we have, so that everyone can be confident when we step out on that limb and ask for help, that there will be help available. That is why you are starting to notice information about helping resources just about everywhere you can turn at NMU. We are printing 7,000 resource magnets to be distributed to students and employees. Please put them on mini fridges, desks, cabinets, anywhere that makes hotlines, the counseling center, and after-hours mental health support more accessible in times of crisis. A new well-being section is also now offered on the NMU app that provides live links to those resources that people can contact in real time. The second announcement I get to make is about new training opportunities. Over the last few weeks, we've offered modules and workshops in recognizing signs of distress and knowing how to help. More workshops are to come. And mental health first aid, an international evidence-based training program, will soon be available for free to any campus employee. Please let us know you are interested in participating by signing up on the Wellbeing website, right there. Another strength we have in place at NMU is our excellent crisis teams, trained to respond when events occur that impact large portions of our community all at once. We are now looking to make sure that the protocols that team follows are trauma-informed and attend to the mental health not only of those who are directly impacted by that kind of crisis, and attend to the mental health of not only those who are directly impacted by the crisis, but to the witnesses, bystanders, crisis team members, and helpers too. So another announcement I get to make is that on September 7th, our crisis team will be convening with key stakeholders for a discussion facilitated by Bob Vanderpool. Bob served for 13 years as president of the Crisis Care Network, the world's largest provider of critical incident response services to the workplace. He will be bringing his wealth of experience helping organizations like ours. Before I make my next announcements, I want to make clear that NMU is taking a holistic, integrated approach and defining well-being as fully inclusive of the physical, emotional, social, and spiritual dimensions of health. We view each individual on this campus and our collective community as a multi-dimensional but integrated whole. We also understand that there is a need to focus not just on intervention, but on prevention as well. To demonstrate our commitment to holistic well-being and our focus on prevention, NMU will sign on to the Okanagan Charter. The charter was developed collaboratively on the territory of the Okanagan Nation in 2015 and has two calls to action for us: to embed health into all aspects of campus culture, and to lead health promotion action and collaboration locally and globally. Heeding these calls to action, NMU will be 1, adding new health promotions programming so we can reach wide audiences of students and employees with information about practicing healthy, preventative, protective behaviors. And 2, adding capacity to the counseling center. We are ready to immediately restart the search for the next counseling center director. We'd also like to provide case management services for any student seeking help. Being committed to a holistic approach means we must make sure what we have available meets the complex, multidimensional needs of our students. Whether it's the counseling center or a food bank they need access to, or the financial aid office, or a doctor's office back home, or if they need assistance getting proper insurance coverage, or connecting to a congregation, campus ministry, or tribal healer. A case manager can help connect them to what they need to heal. And finally, I want to encourage you once again to check out the nmu.edu/wellbeing website, because you can also find a more detailed but preliminary plan describing how NMU can move Jim's recommendations forward. In the coming year, I will be initiating conversations across campus with all of you, gathering your insights so that the plans we make become feasible, actionable initiatives that make sense for all of us who live, work, and learn at NMU. So thank you, and be well.
Thank you, Abigail. I just want to mention that Jim's report is in full, unedited, true spirit of transparency. Although we have many important strategic goals for the upcoming year, I think we're making it clear that getting progress going and improving our mental health and well-being programs, that's a top priority. I'd like to add what Abigail has already highlighted by taking a few minutes to discuss a focus on work-life and school-life balance, which plays a significant role in our overall health and well-being. Everyone has different stressors in their lives, but to that extent, we, as a university, can find ways to help our employees and students find balance seems more important than it ever has been. Perhaps a good thing about the pandemic is it made us more aware of the importance of finding balance in our lives and the relationship of balance to well-being. This summer, I challenged several of us to identify ways to improve work and school-life balance at NMU, providing support in ways that wouldn't necessarily negatively impact the budget. So I'm going to share with you some of the things we want to try this year in an effort to better support balance. So currently, here are some things we're implementing. For the university as a whole, some examples of actions we're recommending or taking will include developing the interactive app that Abigail mentioned. We've renewed our contract with MarkTran so we can offer free rides for students and employees, which can free up time and for some, relieve the stress from driving. We're committing to providing more mental health and wellness learning and training opportunities for both students and employees. And we're creating wellness rooms across campus. As mentioned earlier, we are in the process of building a new well-being center with the goal of offering a model of integrated care, which eliminates the silos between behavioral and health promotion, resulting in better outcomes for patients. And for our students in particular, we have taken on or will be following actions to explore within the community and working with some groups that will enable us to bring more support animals onto campus. The students really appreciate it, and quite frankly, I think a lot of us appreciate it too. So we'll possibly be working with UPAWS and the School of Nursing and the library, which they've been doing this for a while, to expand on that program. The health center is hiring a physician assistant whose specialty is mental health. This clinician will work with special populations on campus to address high-stress environments. A new substance abuse minor has been approved and will begin to offer this fall. A certificate in this focused area is under development. We are inviting wellness-related student groups to help the university develop new well-being programs, services, and marketing of resources that better match student needs. And in an effort to better communicate available services, we are expanding our social media messaging about available university mental health and wellness services, resources, and learning opportunities. And towards achieving work-life balance for all of us, we're implementing or recommending the following, and administration has pledged to try these too, I just want you to know. Limiting emails on weekends to urgent matters only. I'm probably the worst offender. We are recommending that the university committees not meet on Fridays to hopefully provide a time when employees know they can catch up on the work week to actually finish what they hope to finish and look forward to enjoying a weekend. All of our employees will be given a voucher on their birthday for a free lunch at any NMU eatery, and the voucher can be used for up to 1 year. We're expanding our employee appreciation celebration from a dedicated week to special recognition throughout the academic year. We'll have more to come on that. We are discussing ways to increase flexibility into work schedules for employees who have positions that do not allow for remote work. Again, there will be more to come on this, but I think we have some good suggestions to provide equitable and fair options. I believe that if we work on both the big and small ways to make our campus healthy, well, strong, and connected, our students will learn better, our teaching and research will benefit, our health will improve, and we will be better able to appreciate all that this great university offers. Abigail highlighted some of the larger recommendations we'll be working on to improve overall well-being, and I provided some smaller examples of things we can do to improve work and school life balance. These discussions must continue because I know there is more we can do to achieve a goal of being healthy, strong, and connected. Please share your suggestions with us by sending them to nmupres@nmu.edu. And I promise you, we'll be discussing these at leadership meetings. Many of you have heard the saying, if you can be anything, choose to be kind. Today, things on and off our campus frequently seem to have a heightened sense of urgency, resulting in a too quick to judgment reaction. Within this new environment, let's do everything possible to be better at listening to our students, our colleagues, our friends, to each other. Let's give people the benefit of the doubt and be flexible when we can, especially if we believe it will help someone through that day, through that project, or one of those awful weeks we have all had. This does not mean to lower our rigor or our quality standards. It just means if we can find alternative ways to reach an objective, let's not be afraid to try. It's important to remember that all of us, students and employees alike, wear many hats and have many different roles that we fulfill. What I'm asking for us to do is choose kindness, to work from a pedagogy of kindness. As stated in an article I recently read, kindness as a pedagogical practice distills down to two simple things: believing people and believing in people. Use kindness to reach out. Be proactive with kindness. There are many great things happening at Northern Michigan University, despite the massive transitions in higher education, enrollment declines, economic uncertainty, and changing societal norms. Every day of the academic year, we can point to examples of impressive work and learning that is occurring in spite of these great challenges. I'm excited to share that message with the presidential candidates who will be visiting soon, and I will proudly share my Northern experience of a caring, innovative campus with them. I will tell them that they are joining a university community with inspiring students and talented faculty and staff who can help them lead Northern into the future. Whoever our new leader is, they will be lucky to have you on their team, as I have. Sorry. Please have a rewarding, balanced, and successful academic year. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, President Shuling, and thanks to all the speakers. Judd.
Nui kana meni nānik, ingi kino māke nānik, intero we māka ni nānik dash bino agake nā ndo de mi nānik. Nui shich kemen, anche shiwet bishawe mi dok. With the kawat wa kakanawiya.
Taking care of our students, taking care of ourselves and our families, taking care of our community. These are our goals during these changing times. Let's lean on each other for support.
Chimamawe, chikendam yang, nindayam in the gekwa mikwewe na no mano kum.
To recognize our time together this morning, as we prepare to kick off this academic year, and to demonstrate the sheer pleasure of being able to gather once again in person, we have some special gifts to share. So, the moment you've all been waiting for. If I could get This is just like teaching. You give the quiz at the end of the hour so everybody sticks around. So we could get...
I'm helping.
And you're helping. And Gavin, if you could come out. Do you need? Okay, good. All right. So we have quite a few prizes, and I'm really cognizant of the time here. So we're gonna move through this quite quickly. So get out your ticket. I'm going to tell you what the prizes are, and then we're going to be drawing numbers. I'm going to be reading those numbers. And then if your number is called, please make your way to the stage here where Terry is, and she will have all of the prizes to give to you if you are a winner. Okay. Make noise if you win. Okay, we can do that. All right, our first prize is going to be, we're going to give away 5 of these, and it's a 25-meal dine plan voucher, good at all NMU dining facilities, transferable to a student if you want to use it that way. So we're going to give away 5 of these. So here's the first one, 1780874. 1780874. Must be present to win as well. I forgot to get, there we go. There we go. Woo. All right, number 2. Okay, I'm not watching you guys, but, okay. 1780796. 1780796. Anybody? Anybody? Because we're going to move through it. If you don't come up, we're going to get another number. All right, we're moving on to another number. 1780912. 1780912. All right. That was number 2. 3 more. 3 more dine meal plans. 1780900. 0900. Yeah, all right. 2 more. 1780880. 0880. Who do we got? Yeah, all right. Okay, 1 more. Last one. This is the last dine one. We have more prizes, though. 1780790. 0790. All right. Woo! That's what I like to see. Good. And the last one. Come on down. All right. This one, this one's really cool. I think they're all pretty cool. We're gonna give away 4 of these, and they're a set of season tickets to the Forrest Robert Theater for the year. Season tickets. All right. So we're gonna away 4 of them. Here we go. Here's number 1. The last 4 are gonna be 0869. 0869. Right. Oh, Leslie. All right. Congratulations. Yeah. All right. Number 2, and season tickets to the theater, 0956. 0956. Anybody? Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, Brian. I think it's Brian. Yeah. Okay. Here's the 3rd one. Oh, this is 2397673. Oh, somebody was close. 2397673. Anybody? Anybody? Because I'm going to grab a new one. Nobody? Okay. Oh, no, we do have someone. Okay. And that was our 3rd one, and 1 more season tickets. 1780859. 1780859. There we go. Okay. All right. Next, we have a game viewing party for up to 20 people in the President's Suite at the Barrie Event Center for an upcoming hockey game. All right? So we have one of those. And here's the winning number, 239-7709. 239-7709 at the President's Suite in the Barrie Event Center. Who's... there's no number? Uh-oh.
What's that?
Her ticket. Amy's ticket doesn't have a number, so anybody with 239-7709? All right, let me grab another one for the hockey box. 178-0887. All right, we have a winner. All right, excellent. Okay. finally, and we're going to give away 5 of these. We're giving away 5 designated parking spots for this academic year. Of their choice. Yeah, of your choice, of course. Yep. Today through August 30th of 2023. Now, you can choose the lot that you want to park in, and you can transfer them to a student or a colleague if you already have a pretty good parking spot. So we're going to wait 5 of these. Okay, here's the first one. 239-7674. 239-7674 for the parking space. Oh, there we go. All right, there's one. Number 2, 178-0930. 178-0930 for, there we go. Winner number 2. Number 3, 239-7678. 239-7678 for the 3rd designated parking spot. Wonderful, good, good. Okay, number 4. Number 4, 239-7612. 239-7612. Oh, there we go, Sean. Congratulations. And the last prize, 178-0949. 0949. There we go. We have a winner. Well, thank you. Well, congratulations to everybody that won. Excellent prizes. Thank you. Thank you, group. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to close it. Well, okay. We're going to close things out here. Judd, if you would, please. Thank you. And can you please, I'd like to give Judd a big thank you. Judd is from Native American Studies. I appreciate you helping us out today, Judd. Just absolutely excellent. So, thank you. So with that, we'll wrap it up. Thank you, and best wishes for a rewarding year. Have a good day, folks.